TESPN podcast, and we are extra excited about this one as we film this. It's Thursday morning, just about 50 hours until the state championship game kicks off for football. Titans hosting Benedictine again for a second year in a row, and today we're joined by three of the offensive linemen. So everybody knows in football the O-line doesn't always get their stats and recognition compared to other skill, quote unquote skill positions, but it takes a lot of skill to do what these guys do. So we're joined by junior Cooper Gardner, senior Matt Houston, junior Ryan Mitchell, and just really excited to hear kind of from these guys what it's like to be down there in the trenches. So first question I want to ask y'all, speaking of stats, is Trey Grant, our top running back. He's got well over 1,000 yards this year. I think I think 16 touchdowns maybe, but and he's done an incredible job, and we love Trey, but y'all have a huge role, and so do you take pride in his stats, and can you just talk about like what y'all do to allow him to be able to thrive?
I mean, we know how much Trey means to us, and the goal coming into this year was to get him to 1,000 yards. So I don't think he had 1,000 yards last year, and I mean, we all about as we call it BDF. I can't say what the meaning is, but yeah, like I said, we just know how much he means to us, and the big goal for this year was getting him to 1,000+ yards.
Yeah, I told Trey, I think he was at just well over 700 before going to the St. Chris game. I said, we're going to get you to 1K by the end of the season. He didn't really believe me, but I told him we were going to do it, and we got it done. He had a really good game against Woodbury, and we just did our thing up front, let him perform in the back.
Coop, you got any thoughts on pride in your running back getting that 1K?
Yeah, honestly, for me, I don't really think about how many yards he has. It's just kind of like you go out there and just do the best you do, and just try to get the most you can out of the game.
So this is just for Ryan. You're a transfer this year, so first year at Trinity. How has your overall experience at Trinity been, and then how have you been able to connect with the team being a junior transfer?
It's been great. The seniors have kind of took me under the wing a little bit, but also gave me the respect I needed to be an asset to this team. So I'm just really grateful for the teammates I have and the opportunities that have been given to me by Malcolm, and let me showcase my talents as well.
Yeah, I feel like as a football fan, sometimes I've even heard, I don't know if y'all probably heard this, people call O linemen the big uglies, and there's almost stereotypes that y'all are just big and not intelligent, but I can say, because I've taught all three of you guys, that you're all very smart guys, great students, and so I just wanted you to kind of speak on the mental aspect of being an offensive lineman. Maddie, we'll let you go first again as the senior.
The mental aspect of being an offensive lineman, I mean, you saying on the field, how do I think about the game?
Yeah, because you're an intellectual guy. I mean, you're not just a physical specimen.
Yeah.
You got to be smart, especially you, because you're a little smaller than these other dudes.
Yeah, I do. My technique is a bit different from these two guys, but the thing is, a lot I rely on him. He tells me a lot what to do, and because I know the plays, but he'll be like, Matt, you go here, or he'll tell the other guard, Will, you go here. So he plays a big part in the mental aspect on our O-line. And as far as talking-wise, I mean, we talking all game to figure out what they got going on and how we can beat it. And just because I'm a smaller guy, a lot of the things that I do, if somebody tries to bull rush me, I'm gonna snatch them down, because I'm not trying to deal with. I'm 250 pounds. A lot of the guys I go against are 320 pounds, so I'm trying to get rid of them as fast as possible. But
No, that makes sense. Coop, how about you?
It's really kind of for me just a controlled aggression. There's a lot of things going on, especially assignments, a lot of different plays, different assignments, and you kind of you got to stay calm to realize what you're doing so you won't mess up, but then at the same time be aggressive, but at the control at the same time, and just get the job done as a unit.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people underestimate how many, what goes into what you're thinking about right before the play starts, because really You got to think about what the person on the crossing is going to do. You got to think about what the person behind them is going to do. You got to think about what the people beside you are going to do. You got to think about what the person behind you is going to do. You got to think about all these things, and then you got 2 seconds to just fire off the ball and be as aggressive as you can. So.
And can I say one more
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
And one thing that people don't understand is like when our like teammates and stuff talk to us, they always say put a hat on a hat, but it's not that simple.
Yeah.
A lot of it, technique and good feet work can beat a lot of great things. Like we play against 4-star D linemen all the time, and we're not the biggest guys on the O line, but our technique and feet can get the job done. And it always takes that one play just to beat them. We may not be able to beat them the whole game, but just that one play can get the job done.
So this is kind of just like looking back on the year as we're heading into the state championship. Y'all have had a really impressive year so far, but what are like your thoughts going into the state champ game, and like how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, so we know how good the D-line is. They have, everyone knows how good the D-line is, but what we got to focus on ourselves is doing what we have to do. That's what we kind of struggled with the first game. What we got better throughout the year. Just focus on what we have to do to, play our best game. So Trey Grant and Tegan can play their best game. And if we do that, I think we'll be just fine.
I mean, my mindset going into it, this is my last one. But for high school, I know I got to punish. I got to finish too. And the team, I really say the way we play is on us. If we come out hot and we play good, we all play good. And it's just a great representation of us. That's just the way I look at it.
For me, kind of similar to Ryan, it's just another game, and kind of just if we do what we do, we can definitely. They're a good D-line, but if we do what we do, we can definitely play a good game.
Yeah, so I actually have a question in terms of when you guys watch football, like when you're watching TV, college, NFL, because I'll say like every year when the season starts and like I watch games in September and October, I mostly follow the ball, and then I almost have to relearn as it gets later in the season. I'm like I got to watch the lines, because the lines is really where it's all happening, and without good offensive line play, offense can't do anything. And if a defensive line is dominant, then like that's a game changer. So since you all play O-line, like I'm curious, when you watch football, like is that what you're focused on just when you are a spectator?
I focus on it a little bit. Like sometimes if I really want to get down and watch it, I'll watch like my position and see what the O-line do to defeat certain moves. I watch it like that. But for the most part, I kind of just watch. Like I watch everything.
I tend to watch the ball, but my dad's a Commanders fan, so we watch the Commanders a lot. And when you see they're struggling, you can usually go back and look at the O-line and see if they're struggling. So it's kind of hand in hand. Like if the O-line is struggling, the team is going to struggle. But if the O-line is doing great, then they're going to have a good day. And that's kind of what we are as a team also. So, yeah.
I do watch the line. I also watch the ball too, but say it's like a big play, like a 60-yard touchdown, I'll rewind it and like see what the line did and see if it was like how the blocking was.
Yeah, I just think nothing can happen if that doesn't work. That's like teams that struggle, usually the number one thing going wrong is either the QB doesn't have time or there's no holes for the running backs. So, Danny, you have one more?
Yeah, so my last one, it's again for Ryan, but knowing your dad's the offensive line coach at TJ, how does having a coach like that, like being your father, like how does that go into like your game?
My dad has taught me the ways of O-linemen for many years. He's kind of pounded into me like what an O-lineman should be, and he played O-line in high school and some in college, so he kind of knows what it's supposed to be like. But every kid he's coached, every O-lineman he's coached, he's made better, and he's a hell of a coach for it. He's got Maddie. He coached Maddie a little bit. I don't know, Maddie. Do you think that's helped you out a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's helped me a lot. But it's just that what his dad has done for him, he's been able to teach me. Like it was a lot. Like when we was in the summertime and we was working, he taught me so much technique that I didn't even know. Like my kick step wasn't even proper until he came. So I thank his dad a lot. Every time after every game we talk, he'll tell me about the game and stuff like that. So I'm thankful for the both of them, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing better. I mean, you can have a great skilled coach, but there's nothing better than when a teammate can teach you
Yeah.
something, because you're going to listen to it more from someone that's right there beside you. And your dad played college football as well, right?
Yeah, it was a defensive back at Syracuse.
Defensive back. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so-
very, very different.
Yeah.
Cool. I know I planned to ask you all about, a bit more about Benedictine, but I think you already kind of touched on, you have great respect for their D-line, and we all know that they've got some very talented players over there. So I don't think we even really need to address that, just respect to them, and we all look forward to Saturday. But do want to end it off with just a quick lightning round. Just going to ask you all the first question that pops in my mind. Not looking for long answers, just quick answers. Maybe we'll do about 5 of them. And I guess just for consistency, and because we'll go each time, we'll go Maddie, Ryan, Coop, and kind of do it this way, because I know you don't want to go first. So first question, pregame meal, favorite pregame meal?
Probably I go to Chick-fil-A, give me a little 4-count meal.
4 count, yeah, right.
For me, I like spaghetti the night before. It's good carbs and stuff. So.
I go to Waffle House. Every game.
How about like your best pregame hype song?
I listen to Break 'Em Out by NBA Youngboy.
To kind of get me in the mood, I kind of listen to some like old XXX Tentacion, just because I like when he yells. It kind of gets me in the cycle mood.
I'm kind of a rock type of guy, so I'd say Hot for Teacher by Van Halen.
All right. How about what's your favorite class you've taken at Trinity?
I would say, I say my art class, just because when I want to get away from school and not do work, I can go in there and draw, just take my mind off things.
I think the answer is easy for me. Obviously, it's U.S. History Honors.
Hey man, this guy is the star of Class 1. Great participation. I mean, he's crushing it. That report he did on Michael Jackson's influence was really incredible. The King of Pop. I thought that's what was going to be your pregame hype song, like Thriller or something like that. Beat It, something like that.
I'd say Ceramics.
All right, so we got some artists up here. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you want to live?
Dubai.
Greece.
Canada.
They do play football there. They don't play a lot of football in Dubai or Greece. All right, and what's your boot up looking like for Saturday?
I'll probably go short black sleeve, tape on the wrist, forearm band, spat, and my Ohio State glove.
Shiesty.
Oh, Shiesty, yeah. Shiesty Masters.
I rock the double knee braces. I rock those and my ghost cleats, and then some black wrist tape. That's pretty much it. My BDFs are under the pads for sure.
I'm gonna wear my double elbow sleeves, and then I got my lineman gloves that I wear that are padded, and I'll tape over those. I'll probably spat and some eye black too.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you all for joining us. It's great to give a little bit of love, a little bit of coverage to the O-line. All the success this team has had this year and going back to last year as well would not be possible without what you guys have done. We got 5 incredible wide receivers, a great quarterback, great running back, tight ends to get into the action. But if Tegan didn't have time to throw and Trey didn't have holes to run in, this offense that averages over 40 points a game would look like a Ferrari with no tires. So y'all really helped get it done, and know that Titan Nation appreciates you. Good luck in this last game on Saturday. Thanks so much for joining us.
Shout out Will Rosen, our left guard, and Carlos Moore, right tackle, by the way.